Hey guys, Jim here. Really appreciate you stopping by. Today I got a multitude of random pickups, wide variety here, and a couple contest wins, and a couple other things I want to share with you guys. So, got a lot here, so I'm going to jump right in and get started. First off, I had a contest win from Robert, commenting collector here on YouTube. He did a giveaway, and basically, if you left a comment on his video, you were entered into the giveaway. And so naturally I watched the video and left a comment, and I won one of his giveaways. And so what I received was this Stadium Club Mike Trout, pretty cool card. And he also sent me this beautiful 1971 well-loved Rico Petrocelli. Love Rico Petrocelli. I met him personally one time, just a great guy. And also a very beautiful, this card really is sweet, 1972 Topps Rico Petrocelli. Like I was saying, Rico Petrocelli is a great guy. He's one of those old-timer baseball guys that's just loaded with awesome stories. So thank you very much, Robert. Appreciate you sending that along. Next, I won a contest win from Shannon, back to the cardboard here on YouTube. And he sent this wonderful little note. You can pause that and read that if you'd like. And he did a contest. He bought a big stack of cards at a card show, and he wanted us to guess how much he paid, and the closest one to the amount that he paid without going over would win the contest. And I think I guessed $205 and he paid $210 or $215, something like that. I was very close on my guess, so I ended up winning. And he sent me this very nice Topps Aaron Judge from 2024 Topps. 1990 score, Frank Thomas. Bo Jackson, I don't know where I got that from. But Frank Thomas, rookie card. 1991 Bowman's Best, Chipper Jones. That's a great card right there. I love that. And he also sent me this 1982 Topps Pete Rose. So that's awesome. And if that wasn't enough, he sent me a pack of 2024 Topps Series 2. And so I just can't resist the temptation. Let's just open this right now. I'm not one for ripping packs here on my channel, but what the heck, this is a special occasion. Carlos Correa, Stars of the MLB. These cards are turned around every which way. These are a rookie card, some kind of an insert. Tyler Fitzgerald. Nick Allen. Baltimore Brotherhood. Dynamic Duo. Phillies. Jock Peterson. Joe Kelly. Nicky Lopez. Paul Blackburn. Andrew Heaney. Jose Tena. And that's a Taiwan Walker. I believe that's a Topps Gold card. It is. It's numbered there. 1949 of 2024. And Spencer Strider. So that's what I got in the pack there. Thank you very much, Shannon. I appreciate that. That was an awesome contest. Thank you very much, brother. Next up, I want to give a shout out to Skaght over at Reindeer Studios. He, I'm sure most of you are familiar, but he did a painting for Orlando, a collector's dream, because as you know, Orlando's been going through some health issues. And Skaght did this beautiful painting of Martin Dihigo, and then he released these cards. And what Scott's doing is he's donating the proceeds for these cards. He's going to sell these cards for the rest of the year, and all the proceeds are going to be donated to the American Cancer Society or American Cancer Association, or I'm not sure which, but it's getting donated for cancer research anyway. And I thought that was a great idea, so I bought two of them. I love the card anyway. Probably would have bought one anyway, but since the proceeds are going to a good cause, I decided to buy two of them. So as my friend Andy over at Andy's Attic says, 2 is always better than 1. So there's the Martin Dihigo from Skaght. So, like I said, that's a great cause. I will leave a link to the description to Scott's Etsy page if you want to go over and buy yourself a nice Martin Dihigo card, custom card, beautifully done by Skaght as always. And, you know, your money will be going towards a good cause as well. So that'll be cool. Okay, so next up, I want to talk about this autograph I picked up. This is Nat Peoples, Nathaniel Nat Peoples. Very happy to get this autograph. Also picked up this postcard to go along with it. You see Nat Peoples there in his Kansas City Monarchs uniform. So there's the back. These postcards were put out in 1991. They were limited to 10,000. So Nat Peoples played 3 years in the Negro League, and he played for the Memphis Red Sox, Kansas City Monarchs, and Indianapolis Clowns. And he also spent 10 years in the minor leagues, playing in the Brooklyn Dodgers, Milwaukee Braves, and Chicago Cubs systems. But he is most famous for his time in the Southern Association. So even though Jackie Robinson basically broke the color barrier of the modern times in 1946 when he played with the Montreal Royals of the International League, the Southern Association continued to adhere to the Jim Crow segregation laws that were popular throughout the South in that time period. And only one African American ever played a meaningful game during this time in the Southern Association, and that was Nat Peoples. He spent a couple of weeks with the Atlanta Crackers of the Southern Association in 1954, and he became the only black player in league history. And so the Southern Association was not a short-lived league. It was around from 1901 to 1961, so it was around for 60 years. But unfortunately, they resisted integration. The league resisted integration, and apparently a lot of the other teams put pressure on the Atlanta Crackers, and so after 2 weeks, they succumbed to the pressure of the other teams, and they sent him off to play for the Jacksonville Braves in the Sally League, which had already been integrated. So that was 1954, and they never had another black player in their league again, so Nat Peoples was the one and only. That must have been quite an experience for him, I can only imagine, and just really thrilled to have his autograph. So there's Nat Peoples. Next, I did pick up another exhibit card for the collection. This is Kaline. This card is not in great shape, but I didn't pay much for it, and I'm just happy to have an example of it in the collection. You can see it's kind of stained and more edge wear or whatever. It doesn't matter. I just, like I said, happy to have the card. And the real cool thing about this card is on the back, somebody decided to write a little bio on Kaline, Team Tigers, position, right field. And a little note there says Kaline was the youngest player ever to win the batting title. And that is correct. 1955, Kaline, 20 years old, won the batting title. I forget what his average was, but he did win the batting title in 1955. And here's the other example of one of the variations of the Kaline exhibit cards that's available. So happy to have that. A few more items here. I picked this up. There's a funny story to this. I have the 81 Donruss complete set where I have this card. I also have several other versions of this card in raw form. Came across this graded copy, and it was very, very inexpensive, so I figured, what the heck, I'll pick it up. Actually, I think the guy sent me an offer. I put a watch on it. The guy sent me an offer, and I kind of offered him even lower, and he accepted. So sent me the card, but actually I didn't receive the card. He actually made a mistake, and he sent me a Anthony Edwards Silver Prism rookie card, PSA 10, like an $800 card. So contacted the seller, and I was like, I think you sent me the wrong card. And he's like, oh, did I send you the Robin Yount? I'm like, no, you didn't send me the Robin Yount. So he had no idea what he even sent me. So he was happy that I got in touch with him about that. So we worked that out. I sent it back to him. He ended up sending me this Yaz card, and he reimbursed me 100%. So I actually ended up getting this for free. So that was pretty cool. Funny little story there. Picked up another example of the sea nettles. If you've been around my channel long enough, you know the story about the sea nettles card. This is the error card where they misspelled. His name should be Graig, not Craig, because 81 Flair. First year for them, they were loaded with errors, but this was one of the earlier ones. It came out early in the production, and they quickly corrected it. And when I was a kid, I pulled this card, ripping packs with my grandfather, and I actually thought I hit the lottery at that time. So, funny story. I actually found a funny article, not really funny, but a pretty cool article about this card. I'll try and leave a link for that in the description if you want to read about it. But yeah, like I said before, I'll pick up this card anytime I find it at a reasonable or inexpensive price. I will pick this up. I think this is about the 5th or 6th copy of this I have now. So happy to have that. Next up, I picked up this beautiful card. One you don't see very often, if ever at all. 1967 Topps Test sticker. Tony Conigliaro. What a great, promising player he was until that beating. My friend Jonathan over at the Boston Kid reminded me how Tony Conigliaro hit a home run in his very first at-bat for the Red Sox in Fenway Park. And of course, Tony Conigliaro was a Boston kid, grew up in the Boston area, became a player in the major leagues for the Red Sox at the age of 19, still lived at home with his parents during his first major league season, and like I said, hit a home run in his very first at-bat. And he is also the youngest player to reach 100 career home runs. So he had a really promising future until that terrible beating that I'm sure most of you are aware of. If not, you can go look it up. And I also actually have another card from that set that I already had, so I figured I'd bring that out at the same time. That's the Yastrzemski from Mayer. Just a really awesome, these are stickers. I call them cards, but they're actually stickers. So that's really awesome. And so that's that. That's it with the pickups. I happen to notice I was at 1,500 subscribers. So just very humbling to be there. That's a pretty cool number. I'm just so grateful for everybody that takes the time to watch any of my videos or leave a comment. And I'm truly grateful for all the friendships and interactions I've had on this channel and with all you wonderful people out there. Thank you all so much. I can't tell you how grateful I really am for all the friends I've made and all the great conversations and interactions I've had with so many people out there. It's just been really amazing, and I obviously, and of course, I look forward to continuing that in the future. But I thought, just to show some appreciation, I just wanted to do a little giveaway, and I'm not going to make it a big deal. I don't want a bunch of people showing up just for giveaways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away this $25. There's a $25 eBay gift card in here. I'm going to do a giveaway. Of course, you have to be subscribed to the channel, and all you have to do is leave a comment on this video. And anybody who leaves a comment on this video and has left a comment on any of my 4 previous videos before today, of course, I will put you into the drawing and give you a chance to win this $25 eBay gift card. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you watching. Really appreciate the support I've gotten from everyone over the years. Thank you again so much. Really means a lot to me. Talk to you all soon. Bye for now.